Welcome, I'm Dr. Fadina to One Made Incorporated, our Wellness Corner. Grandparents, are you providing loving service and care for your grandchildren while their parents is at work? Please like, share, and subscribe. Grandparents, remember, you're not just another babysitter. You are unique and essential. You're providing love, care, and affection, and also being a service and helping to your children as you take care of your grandchildren who already have a bond with you, who feel more comfortable, relaxed with you, and who can trust you, the grandchildren and your children. And this is showing a bonding between generations. You get to take advantage of this irreplaceable role as a loving caretaker to your grandchildren and also serving your children. You get to show your grandchildren the three generations or more of upbringing from how your parents was raised to how your parents raised you and to how you raised your parents and how you serve it. I'm sorry, to how you raised your children and how your children are raising their children and being parents and how you're able to see and to serve them. This is a treasure. It's time you get and time you get to spend. And remember that tomorrow's not guaranteed. So live each day serving as if it is your last. This precious time. Make the most of these special days you have by getting the chance you get a chance to share stories and let them see into your life. And also by the same token, if you are feeding them nutrition wise, make sure you keep practicing that 90%, 10% rule and make sure that you're giving them snacks, that you're not buying a whole lot of snacks where you find yourself eating more of that dessert and sugar that you shouldn't be eating, or making sure that you're not sending home the snacks unless you've got okay from their parents. Because it depends on what time of day you're giving them this extra sugar you give them. Make sure that it's not in the evenings when they get ready to go home and their parents have to deal with it. I know they always say that grandparents get to do whatever they want to with their children. They get to send them back home with their parents. But you want to make sure you keep that bond relationship between you and your children too. So you to make sure that the channel's always open. So as you are serving both generations, here's some suggested tips. Be calm. Keep your inner peace. Stay neutral. Don't be judgmental. Don't be trying to make them your children train up their children the way you were brought up or the way you brought them up. And also be open to your grandchildren. See where they're coming from. Know that they have personalities too and they have emotions and feelings too. So take all this into consideration, but make sure you stay assertive. Know when to say yes and when to say no. Let your yes be yes, your no be no. And make sure that the way in which you are lovingly serving your grandchildren as a caretaker is not causing conflict with their parents. So you might want to keep open communication channels with their parents. Spend time also in meetings with them to make sure you all are raising them in unity and harmony and not bumping heads. If you are assigned to be the one to pick up or deliver your your grandchildren going to school or to daycare, make sure that you introduce yourself to the caregivers there so they know you. And while you're driving, make sure that you're practicing safety rules, that your grandchildren, their seatbelt are in their chair they should be, because you don't want to end up getting a ticket. And that is not a good role model for your grandchildren. So make sure you're following the rules and regulations, the driver laws as you're driving them to school. And make sure you get to provide another eye as far as equality of the center. Evaluate the center so you get to share that what your viewpoint is to your children, which is their parents. You're the agree or disagree with what's going on inside the child. Because you get to see some things they might not see because they're at work. Realizing too that times have changed. The way your parents was raised and the way they brought you up and the way you raise your children, technology has changed. So make sure you're keeping up with the modern technology, know the different educational courses and rules, the different cartoons. When you came up, they might not have video games. Make sure you understand the games they're playing so you can know whether or not you should be allowing them on their phones when their parents are not there if you don't know what exactly games they're playing. Also, make sure you keep up with the universal timelines and ingredients in helping children thrive in today's society. So educate yourself, the medical industry, education industry, the recreation industry of your children, the social industry. Educate yourself and make sure you practice medical safety. Make sure you have no medication around and things are not around that can hinder them. And most of all, as you're doing this, make sure you take time out to enjoy your grandchildren and realize that this is a blessing and treasure the time that you need to spend with them. And also keep a union between your self values, your faith beliefs values, your children, and your grandchildren. And enjoy this time. Again, please like, share, subscribe, and let me know how you, as a grandparent, is providing loving service to your grandchildren while your children are at work. See you next time.